Hey guys, welcome back to Fourth Wall Reactions. Today it is time for some Haunting of Hill House. This is a show that was voted on by patrons for the poll. I did react to the pilot episode and I did want to go forward with it. We're in the middle of the pandemic. There's a lot of general anxiety going on. I have a lot of general anxiety going on. So a part of me is really nervous about going forward with this because I figure one of two things will happen. One is that it'll just add to my anxiety because I'm a chicken, I'm a scaredy cat. So this might add to the anxiety. Or the fictional nature of it might help exercise the anxiety. So I don't know which one it's gonna be. Yeah, and it's a little nerve-wracking. But I shall go forward with it. Let's check this out. The first thing! Sorry. Thank you for just scaring the out of me right off the bat.
Last night was bad. She looked different. Her fingers were purple. She did have teeth, and she did not have hair. I don't want to see her again. So I'm not going to look at her tomorrow, and I don't want to see her in the open castle.
The open casket.
That's good. Fair enough.
I understand.
I'm with you, kid.
It's a great chance to take all of those pictures in your head of Grandma in the hospital or Grandma without her hair or teeth and cover it all up with a better picture. I'm gonna fix her. That's what I do. First, we give her a bath, make sure she's clean and soft. Then
Sorry, I can't.
we put her in her favorite clothes.
It is amazing what they can do. I myself am vehemently anti-viewing.
Is that Hill House?
Find it
No.
frackin' creepy.
Look.
Do you know that princesses and queens and kings have tea parties? It sounds like a kid thing, but it isn't. It's very grown up and sophisticated.
Sophisticated. Ask Cleo. Maybe she'll have one with you.
Nobody wants to have tea. What's wrong with you?
Don't forget the rule. Lights flash.
Time to come home.
I appreciate your advice. I mean, I know you've worked this house for so long.
Drawing the little girl last episode. Oh, no. What's gonna happen? Ghost or trapped animal? Oh, your kittens?
She needs to feed you. You're just the cutest little thing.
What the hell was that?
Come here, Cheryl. You gotta see this.
I think she already saw it.
It's okay. Oh, there it is.
Built it around this.
Phantom
You
of
know
the
what
Opera.
that is? A Halloween mask. Old one.
You see? Nothing scary at all. You're lucky those wasps were long gone. You might have something to really scream about.
Crazy?
I just wanted to drop these off, like we discussed. There's some jewelry in here, some pictures of Mom, like you asked.
What? Hello?
Thank you.
Your wife definitely helped, but
Yeah.
he's still there.
Oh, what? What did... What's that she saw?
Without an insurance policy, it's $6,000 a month, and we do recommend a 4 to 6 month commitment.
Oh.
I'm sorry, did you say 6,000?
Oh,
Sorry, Cheryl.
a lot of zeros.
I could steal
You
this.
pay me back when you're a famous writer.
You might not want to hold your breath.
Did you know they have horseback riding? They have horseback riding.
Well, for
You
$6,000.
I don't know. I kind of like the Captain Lane mask.
There's 5 of them like there's 5 of us. That one's me.
I feel like
Like this.
something bad may happen to these kittens.
Just enough when you drop. What? I don't even. Why are you banging on the wall? I'm not. You are. And calling my name. What do you want? What was that? What is that?
Hey, what's with the screaming?
Did you hear that? What was that?
What was what? Didn't hear it. I don't.
It was so loud. How could you not hear it?
It's over now, right? It's over.
The
Steve.
It's now.
She killed herself.
So weird. I came home tonight.
They got it wrong. I mean, she was just... Who told you this?
Dad called me.
Well, he's wrong.
I couldn't really hear him because I saw.
No.
He can't do that again. He can't just not tell us what happened. He can't.
again.
Sorry, Cheryl.
Lord, I wonder if she's gonna appear to her like she did to him. Could be creepy.
Good morning.
Okay, I hear them. I think oh no!
Goodbye, little kitty. I hope you have a safe trip to heaven, and when you get there, there's some nice, yummy milk waiting, and she's alive.
What?
She's alive. She really is. Look.
I know that.
No! It's awful.
Listen, I'm very sorry. I don't really know what to say in these.
It's fine, Andy. Call me when you're on the road.
I don't know that a family member should be the one.
It's the right thing.
Honey, let someone else do it. You need to focus on you.
She's my sister. I'm hosting her funeral. That's that.
I don't want to.
If you don't, you'll be upset later. I promise. This
That's
is a
not
good
true.
thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay, Cheryl.
I don't want to see her.
It's important.
We should not be made to do this.
Are they still sleeping?
All dead? Aw.
No.
Well, that's what's happening, Steve. Steve, do you know what I'm doing right now? I'm elbow deep in our sister's chest cavity, pulling out a bag of her internal organs.
Nope. I can't do it.
What about the little one? The one with the eyes?
We found it a new home.
Why didn't you let me take care of it, or at least say goodbye?
Cheryl, we have no idea what was wrong with those kids.
I don't believe you.
Sure.
Just tell me.
Just.
Why would you give away the last one, the only one left?
Just quiet.
Just stop it!
You better?
Codaine's finally kicking in.
Hey.
I got it.
Tension. What did they do with the kitten?
Would you have said you had to go to the woods and put this sick little kitten out of its misery?
Oh.
Well, I didn't know that they were all gonna die.
You let her keep a box of diseased kittens in her bedroom. Now she's traumatized. Her first real brush with death, and now she's...
This was not our finest hour, no doubt.
Like I'm waiting for her eyes to pop open or something, but at the same time I can't watch it. I can't.
I'm so excited.
You're gonna look amazing.
Ugh. Ugh.
You already look amazing.
Hey, I didn't know if this was the...
Hell,
What?
hold on.
What? Hey, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're high.
No.
Guess who they called when you ran away last week? Last week?
Sure. She's expecting me to be here.
Oh, no, she's not. Nobody is. Today's about Nell.
I just really want to be here for her.
You should have thought about that before you put the needle in your arm. What's the cab? 20? Here's 100. You can shoot up the rest. I don't care. This is the last I ever give you. The store's closed. Is everything okay? Everything's perfect. We're gonna have a perfect wedding, Nellie.
Almost perfect.
Crawl out of her mouth. Ah, why? I feel like it's coming from her.
You fixed her.
No, that's what I do.
You fixed her.
Oh, oh no. I knew it was coming and I jumped anyway. You have some issues. Is it... I mean, it may not be the house. It may be her. I don't know. I didn't... Ugh. Time to come home. All right, guys. That was the second episode of The Haunting of Hill House. They got me a couple of times. Even when I know that it's coming, I still jump. I don't know why. So I think a big challenge for me and this series that I experienced this time and that I experienced watching the pilot is that I'm sort of like anticipating being terrified and knowing that like they're setting bad things up to happen, like not the second I saw the kittens, because when I saw the kittens I was like, oh, kitties, but something bad is gonna happen to them. I know this. So I feel like I'm always kind of like bracing for something. So, and in a way that's being guarded. And if I'm too guarded, I can't be emotionally affected by what's going on. Because certainly it was very tragic that Nell killed herself. Or did she? And also at the same time, I'm trying to figure out why the adult children are behaving the way they're behaving. I mean, they're laying out the incidents, at least for Shirley, in this episode, they're laying out the incidents that are, telling you why she is the way she is in current day. What events happened that sort of brought her to this point and why she's behaving how she's behaving. She's a lot about denial and covering up of things, both emotionally and literally. I don't know who has the strength to embalm their own sister. I mean, doctors are told not to work on family members, both for the family members' sake and the doctor's mental health. But so that I found that to be incredibly weird, incredibly strange. I don't know who it was that she saw in the lobby towards the beginning. I may have to go back and check and see if it was one of the kids. I thought for a minute it might be Steve, the eldest, but I wasn't sure. It's interesting that she said in reference to, I think it was in reference to the dad, but I wrote it down. He can't do this again. When she was told that Nell died, that Nell killed herself. He can't do this again. He can't not tell us the full story. So I don't know. Some things jump out at me, and even if I don't get the answer in this episode, I'm going to keep a running tally because I'm sure that it will be explained. I don't know. Who is Kevin Barnes on the check? That's another little... What? But I do have to wonder. I mean, these things, either living in that house has, like, they're all possessed in a way, or whatever spirit was in the house, it has just taken over them and is like continuing to haunt them. Or maybe Shirley brought this ickiness with her. I don't know. But I mean, it seems like generated by her. She's seeing things crawl out of mouths, and I have no idea if that's something external that is happening to her to show her these things, or if she is seeing... I don't know. I'm only on episode 2. But yeah, some things like the embalming, I'm just not going to be able to watch. It's a little too much for me. I think I mentioned this in the pilot because I do remember her having a conversation with that kid about going to the viewings and stuff. I do think that viewings can be cathartic for people, and I think it should be up to the individual to decide that. I'm on the kid side. I was forced to see a viewing, and I find it very traumatizing and depressing. And the whole thing they say about it, giving you closure and seeing them, nicely as they were. I disagree. Even though the makeup can be incredibly lifelike, even though they can do an insanely good job and this. For me, I like to remember people how they were. I personally am anti-viewing, and I'm on that kid's side. I'm going to stick up for him. If viewings for you are a comfort, then by all means participate in it. But I really hate seeing an individual character, fictional or non-fictional, forced into that situation. Let them decide for themselves. Do not make them go, because it can be traumatizing. It could be cathartic or it could be traumatizing, and it's up to the individual person. That's all I have to say. Soapbox. Done. Oh. Shirley's the second oldest, right? I think the writer kid, adult, Steve, is that his name? I'm still learning names. I have Luke, Nellie, and Theo. For some reason, I'm always forgetting the older two. But he's the eldest, I think, and she's the second. She's the eldest daughter. In addition to her sort of denial covering thing, she's very much about fixing, not just, like literally when she's talking about, the embalming and how she was like, oh, you fixed her. That's literal, but she's also in charge of trying to help the kittens, and she's trying to help her younger brother, and she's controlling whether or not he can come to the wedding, albeit, he's high and he skipped out on the rehab that she paid for, so in a way she kind of has a right to control that a little bit. At least she has a right to input. That's often kind of a personality quirk of the eldest. But since there are 5 kids, I don't know where she would fall. I would say as eldest daughter, she probably feels that pressure. I don't know. I feel like I've been given a whole lot of clues that they're just going to, build upon and build upon and build upon. So I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but I do think there were parts of this episode that were pretty clearly laid out of what you're supposed to know about this particular character. I think the first episode sort of introduced you to everybody, but it did focus mostly on the eldest son. And this one was really more about the eldest daughter. So I don't know who's next. Is it Luke? Can't be Nellie because she's gone. I think there will be opportunities to get to know Nellie in flashbacks because they are kind of jumping around. Yeah, that's it. I will try to remain more open. I just feel like I'm bracing for things and then therefore maybe I'm just not I'm just too guarded. So I'll work on that. But I also feel like I need a teddy bear or something to hold on to. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me for this one. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to give it a like, a share, and a subscribe. Full reactions are on Patreon. And be sure to join me for the next episode, The Haunting of Hill House. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.